What's going on, everybody? Extremely excited today because we're actually covering a team that I like, the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I'm right here, special guest, coming on close to 40,000 followers on Instagram. Raiders Daily. Follow them for your daily Raiders content, day, night, everything you want, everything Raiders. They got you. Aiden from Raiders Daily. Welcome, bro. Woo!
What's going
Yeah.
on, guys?
Cool. Very excited to
Let's
have you.
go. I'm excited to be on here.
No, for sure. We're excited to have you, man. So you are our Raiders expert, bro. I go to you before I go to Raiders.com or even Bleacher Report.
Okay.
You guys always have the up to date stuff for the Raiders, which of course, like I said, I try to be unbiased. We cover pretty much everything from wrestling to MMA, NBA, and of course NFL too. But bro, I'm a Raider fan. That's the way it is. I just
Let's
hate to admit
go.
it. You know what I mean?
Raiders Nation.
For sure, brother. So how excited are you for the season?
I'm very excited. This offense is going to be out there blazing. I can't wait for Derek Carr. I feel like he's going to have a great season this year. Henry Ruggs, new addition. Can't wait for him. Tyrell Williams, even though he's hurt. We got Brian Edwards backing him up. He's going to go off this season. Of course, Darren Waller. He's going to be a beast, man. You better add him to your fantasy team if you don't have him. Darren Waller is going to go off because last season, him and Carr built some chemistry, and it's going to be scary. As well as our offensive line is one of the best. You know, Colton Miller, Richie Incognito, Rodney Hudson. Oh, my gosh. Gabe Jackson, Trent Brown, all those guys give Carr some time. We can run the ball, too. Josh Jacobs, absolute beast. It's going to be hard to stop us this year on the offensive side.
On the offensive side, I agree too. Our offensive line is what I love the most. You have a bunch of dogs on that line. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Incognito's a dog, no matter what way you
Pro
put it.
Bowlers.
Yeah. I mean, Rodney Hudson. Who's gonna mess with Trent Brown? That dude is like 8 foot
Exactly.
tall. That dude
They're
is,
actually on the injured reserve right now.
oh
Some
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But before I dive really deep into the Raiders stuff, we want to know how you guys got started. You guys are obviously very young. Your Instagram page blew up, close to 40,000 right now. Followers. So how did it happen? Who came up with the idea? You're Aiden, your partner's Jordan. How did it all come about?
Yeah.
Man?
So Jordan was the one who originally started this. He was 16 at the time.
Jesus.
He was just like doing something for fun. He was planning. He was like, I'm a Raiders fan. I should just start an Oakland Raiders account, for fun. He told me this story, and he just every day during school he just started posting. Wasn't too popular at the beginning, and then as it started getting more popular, he started getting busier. He was like, I need a partner to help me with this.
Yeah.
And he chose me, which I'm lucky. And then I started posting while he was busy, and then I've gotten into things, and it's actually really fun to start posting. We're starting to promote T-shirts,
Nice.
other brands. It's going great right now. Got to find a way to make money with what's going on.
I agree,
our
bro.
account's going to start growing a lot, especially during the season. We grow so much. We're trying to get some Las Vegas Raiders fans now because a lot of them don't know about us. It's mostly Oakland people.
For
But
sure.
we're trying to gain some more Las Vegas fans at the moment.
Yeah. No, most definitely, man. How long has the page been about? I found out about it, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months ago, roughly. And I was like, oh, this page is sick. I'm gonna follow these guys. And like I said, now that's my go-to Raider page.
Yeah.
But how long ago did it start?
He started about 5 years ago,
Okay.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
I started about a year ago. So, yeah, I've been in here for a pretty long time now. But, yeah, this account's been around for a while.
Okay.
2,000 posts. So, I mean, that's a lot.
No, it is. I mean, I hope to one day follow in your guys' footsteps. I mean, my page is about a year and a half old, something like that. Just I'm not extremely young like you guys. I'm in my late 20s, so I'm busy. Have job and a bunch of other stuff going on. So it's just hard.
I feel you, man.
Yeah, it's hard to continue with that stuff. But I do like doing the interviews. I do like, of course, keeping up with everything. But hey, hats off to you guys, man. You guys have one of the biggest pages on Instagram for the Raiders, right?
We are the biggest, besides the actual Raiders.
The biggest Raiders page on Instagram. Follow these fucks. They're great.
Let's go.
They're great.
Yeah.
So one thing I do want to bring up, because of course you being a Raider fan and you guys being the big Raider fans, the biggest polarizing argument, and I'm sure you know what I'm going to bring up, is the Derek Carr thing. Because, dude, I mean, that you can talk about that just nonstop, right? Nonstop. And I think just me as a fan, like I said, I've been watching him since I was a kid up to right now. I I went to Fresno State also, and
Oh,
Carr,
okay.
yeah. So Carr was, yeah, it was. I had an immediate love for the guy because I'm like, oh shit, he went to Fresno State too.
Yeah,
Here's the thing though, when I saw him play at State, that dude like fearless, fearless. He was everything ran
he's
in
not
the
anymore though.
yeah yeah everything ran in the he ran everything in Fresno State was spread formation. He was in the shotgun all the time. At Fresno State, it was probably about 90% of the time. At Fresno State, he ran the shotgun, and it was just him and Devonte Adams and a guy I played against in high school, Isaiah Burse was one of his guys too. So just I like I
Okay.
said, I have that connection with because the Fresno State thing, and even
Yeah.
the high school thing. But of course, in 2016, fast forward to then, I mean, if you're a Raider fan in 2016, you are just high as a kite, bro. You just, you know what I mean? You were just
Yeah.
on us, just waiting and like, fuck, we wanted this shit for years. Then he gets hurt in week 17 or
Ooh,
16,
yeah.
one of those. And oh
16.
my
Yeah.
God. I mean, the car was balling, bro. Fearless as can be. He jumped that Saints game. He twisted like a
Whew.
propeller and just, it was crazy. It was just so
It was
crazy.
yeah.
I have seen, of course, and I'm just rambling, of course, because just excited talking about the Raider stuff for once.
I
But
feel you. I feel you.
yeah, yeah. But of course, after 2016, I did. A lot of people saw a difference in him. And dude, it happens. I played football too. When I got hurt, I was scared too, and I think that's what happened initially. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he'll go outside of the pocket, but very rarely he'll run the ball. So it'll be like an open space, and he'll
Okay.
just throw it away, or he'll just try to throw it, and he'll end up getting picked off. And it's very frustrating to watch as a Raiders fan. I mean, in practice, he's looked better this year. He's looked more aggressive. Seen him flip. I remember that one time he did a flip for the first down. I miss those kind of days. I feel like
Oh,
this year could really be his chance to show out. I mean, we're playing a lot of tough defenses this year.
definitely.
So he needs to be able to look at the field, look at read the defenses, be able to run for the first down, slide,
Yeah,
even take hits if he needs to. He needs to get back to that form if you want to make the playoffs, especially with
definitely.
all. He's got a great offensive line. He's got Waller's been learning to block. Jason Wynn's been teaching him some blocking techniques. So we've got some capable blockers that can help him run for the first down.
Well, I agree with you. And the thing is, bro, and I'm me going back to my old Fresno State days, that dude is an athlete. Carr is such an athlete, bro. He reminds me
Ooh,
he's
yeah,
he's more of an athlete than Alex Smith was. And Alex Smith,
yeah,
he was good outside the pocket too, but Carr's faster and stronger than him. So for me, I feel like he can be a dual threat, but for whatever reason, and I know the injury does, it's just psychological in his head. It's just ever since then, you don't see him like you said going out the pocket too much or just throwing it out of bounds. One play last year, he threw it away on fourth down, and I lost it. I threw my
yeah.
laptop. I was like, I'm done. It was just crazy. It was crazy. And then, of course, I come back down to earth, and I try to think like, okay, let's give this kid another chance. We're close in age, Fresno State. I try to make those connections and stuff, but
Yeah.
then and he's such a good dude too. He's a good person. He's one of the best dudes in
Mhm.
the NFL. Prayer circles, and he just with the community, and he's a good guy overall. I want him to succeed. I want him to succeed so bad, but I'm a realist at the end of the day, and I'm very skeptical. Even this season, I do want him to do great, but when I saw Mariota, I guess is on IR right now, but I guess he wasn't doing too great in camp either, right?
No. Yeah, he wasn't playing well. Very
Yeah,
inaccurate. Got a lot of balls were getting picked up. Arnett was owning him.
yeah.
Yeah, he was not looking great. I mean, he used to be a runner. He used to be able to. He's not that anymore. He's not a runner anymore. He can't make those plays out of the pocket anymore. Really
No,
hurts his game.
no, 100%. And I'm sure you've seen that Spider-Man meme where the two Spider-Mans are pointing at each other because they're the same.
Oh yeah, I've seen that meme. Yeah.
Okay, well, someone made that of Carr and Mariota because they both got hurt that same year and all that stuff. I thought it was funny, but I still think Carr's a better quarterback than him.
Yes,
Um,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But I mean, what are your realistic thoughts on this season? Do you think 100% Carr makes the leap? He goes back to form, or what are your true thoughts on this, just based on what you've seen?
He's looked more swole. He's looking way better in training camp. So I feel like he can go back to form. He's never been a really bad. He's been a good quarterback. If you look at his stats, a lot of his haters like to say he's trash. He's a 20th best quarterback. He's not. If you look at his stats, he always putting up good touchdown numbers, low interception rates, good passer rating. He's just on those fourth downs. Yeah, I agree. Third downs, he's got to run the ball, but he's actually doing that this year. He's got more threats now to throw to. He's trying to build chemistry. He's actually looking like he's improved this season, and he's looking more physical. He's stronger. You know, I see you're swole. He's starting to get swoller. You know, which is a really good thing, especially if you want to run the ball. But at the end of the day, it's just we know he can look good in training camp, but it's all about how he performs. And this week one should be a good indicator because Carolina's defense is not very good.
Yeah,
You know,
no, yeah,
they are not good. They're not known for their defense.
yeah. No, I definitely agree. And you have, I think Teddy Bridgewater starting for them now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean he looked good in with New Orleans. However, in New Orleans, I think New Orleans has a great system. I think any
yeah.
decent
Michael
quarterback.
Thomas. Those
Yeah,
guys. Yeah.
exactly. Michael Thomas is a fantasy god, basically. But
Yeah.
I think I'm not, downplaying Teddy Bridgewater, but I do think he was a product of a really good system, and in New Orleans when he did play for the time Drew Brees was hurt.
I
So
agree.
I'm not super high on him as far as Carolina goes, but it'll test our defense for sure because I'm sure Teddy has a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, our defense it's gotten better. I agree. It's gotten better this year. You know, Max Crosby coming back, Malik Collins, Clinton Farrell, Hurst. Those guys are going to be big for us to get Bridgewater, put pressure on Bridgewater. We need to do that. Stop CMC. I mean, it's supposed to be raining that day, and CMC has not done as well in the rain in his
That kid
history.
scares me to death. He scares
Yeah,
me
I know.
to death.
I mean, we've been always a decent stopping the run.
Yeah.
It's just when we go to stopping the pass. We picked up Corey Littleton. I love that pick. I love that we got Corey Littleton. But it's just the corners. That's going to be kind of scary. We got Abram. We got Randall. I mean, those guys can – it's Joyner, Mullen. I mean, that's kind of where it scares me, covering their guys. I mean, they only have one real threat on offense, wide receiver. So, I mean, we should be able to cover him. If we can cover him, we can win the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I honestly don't think it's going to be that high scoring unless we just explode on them. I don't see them
Yeah.
scoring a whole lot of points. If they don't, and if it's a close game, maybe it'll be like 14-10. But the only way I'm seeing it, like it being like a blowout, is if we do it because we have the more explosive players. It just depends if we execute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got to stop DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey. Those are the two main guys that we have to stop,
Yes.
They don't really have many other pieces. I mean, they have Curtis Samuel. They have Robbie Anderson. But those
Mhm.
guys aren't really, that good. But Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, yeah, the system thing, that is true. Obviously he's got Michael Thomas to throw to. He's got a great offensive line, He had all the pieces. This year he doesn't have all the pieces. So It's really going to test him. If we can get to him early, we can get in his head, and that's going to be really good. Especially in the rain, many fumbles, hopefully.
Hopefully.
CMC.
No, hopefully. One guy I really am excited to see is Arden Key.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He supposedly he got bigger. He looks like a freak of nature. I hope he can. No one's going to be Khalil Mack. I lost that dream a long time ago. But I do want Max Crosby looked great last year. You got a bunch of sacks. If Arden Key starts performing, pretty good, him and Crosby could be a great threat.
Oh yeah, he's the second guy right now behind Crosby.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people like to say Crosby isn't that good. I mean, you could kind of see because most of his sacks did come against teams with not a great O line, but he's still, you can't take away. He's still a great guy. He still absolutely dominates. We'll need him, especially since Carolina O line is not very good, not super good. I mean, they're decent, but that's at best. I mean, the guy we need to show up, Prince Akamura. We need him to show up.
Well,
Mullen,
Prince got cut, I think.
Yeah, Prince got. Oh, Arnett. Arnett.
Oh yeah,
Arnett.
Yeah.
I don't know why we cut out Kamara. He was our second guy. Lawson's going to be our second guy now.
Yeah.
Nevin Lawson.
It seems like we're going extremely youthful, very young as far as that goes, and that kind of scares me because you want some veteran leadership in there. You have Joyner, who's a vet, but I mean in the corners, it's very, very thin as far as veteran leadership goes.
Yeah, we have Jeff Heath at safety. That's a veteran. He can help Jonathan Abram a little bit.
Abram's another one. Abram, I really want to see too, because what did he play? 1 or 2 games last year, or one game, and and that was it. The thing with Abram, like I'm sure, did you watch Hard Knocks when that went on last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so that kid is a killer. He wants to take everybody's head off every play. Um,
Whew.
I'm I'm wondering if he's going to change his style of play because of
Yeah.
what
He's
happened
prone to
last year.
penalties, though.
Yeah,
If he tries to do that, he's gonna get a lot of penalties.
yeah. But you also,
Uh,
okay. So I'm excited to see how is Abram looked in camp. I haven't kept up with that.
I mean, he's been pretty good. I mean, he still makes bad decisions. Sometimes he's young, so he'll
Okay,
he'll he'll get some penalties in practice.
okay,
But ultimately, I think Jeff Heath is definitely helping him. I mean,
yeah,
they was close for those two. Who was going to start? It
yeah.
was very close, but like they want to go with that youth, so they went with Abram. Yeah,
No, for sure, man. It's a lot of little pieces that I mean. I think that's why a lot of like ESPN and Fox and all them, they have us going like 6-10 or 7-9 or even worse.
to the defense. Yeah,
I think it's the defense. And I think it's all the uncertainty because they're like,
yeah.
is Carr going to be good? Is that defense going to do anything? I think it's a lot of question marks. And also to add the cherry on top, now we have two rookie receivers starting, which is crazy. Ruggs and
Yeah.
Edwards. I hear Edwards has been killing it in camp.
Who he's been good. Yeah.
Yeah, and for a third round prospect too. I've seen a couple. I read the forums and stuff like that. Some people think that Edwards might have more yards than Ruggs even.
I agree. I could see that. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they're gonna put their best corners on Ruggs most likely, Waller or Ruggs. So yeah, Ruggs is gonna be covered by the better corners. I feel like he can get open, but Edwards can get open. But also third and Renfro. Don't
Oh
sleep on
yeah,
Renfro.
yeah,
He
yeah.
can. He got great hands. I love Renfro. Loved him in his Clemson days. He he can. He's still serious. He's got that toe drag catch. Carr filmed that ball last year. I love that catch.
Great
I
hands
mean,
too. Great hands.
who? Yeah.
And
Don't sleep on Renfro.
oh yeah, that yeah, he's it doesn't matter. It seems like whoever we get, whether it's Tyrell Williams or just people that we sign, Renfro just seems to find his way on the field and make plays. It's crazy.
I agree. Yeah, those
Yeah,
slants. He's like he short routes. Second, third down, we go to him.
yeah.
We got behind him. We got Nelson Aguilar. Solid option. I mean, he has been prone to dropping balls, but I still like him.
I like him too. I just hopefully he doesn't start at any point in the season. That would be a
Yeah,
fear of mine. But that
yeah,
would mean a lot of injuries pile up and all that. But for me, the biggest X factor is Darren Waller. Darren Waller exploded last year, and of course, when quarterbacks are a little shaky, even rookies they tend to lean on the tight end because they're big targets. And Carr gave it a lot to him last year, and it worked.
yeah,
Waller's basically a receiver playing tight end. Just he's a big bodied dude.
yeah.
I expect him to explode. Even on fantasy
I agree.
points, you see him going third right after Kelsey and Kittle. You see,
I always pick him up right away.
oh yeah, yeah. No, he's a monster. Um, as far as the defense goes, Arnett was a surprise pick in the draft this year. People didn't have him going till the third round or something like that. Were you very surprised when they picked him?
Oh yeah, I was kind of because I was like kind of shaky about it,
Okay.
But I actually kind of liked. Well, it's paying off so far. He's played injured. It's light cast. He's
Yeah.
still going off. In a video I posted on my story, he was guarding Ruggs. He was covering Ruggs, and he got an interception on him.
Wow.
And he was like, "Stop playing with the net." And he's he's got a lot of energy, he got a lot of hype. He's out there trying his hardest every day, even though he's injured. He's gonna be a beast. We're gonna have to rely on him a lot. He may be covering the best wide receivers because we're playing a lot of top offenses this year.
Yeah.
We're playing a lot of good teams this year. So yeah, we're gonna be kind on him a lot,
Which
especially
is
with cutting Nakamura.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Which is
cutting
kind of
cutting
scary
on him.
for a rookie to have all that pressure of covering a number one receiver. But we did
That's
draft
true.
him in the first round, and so he shows we have a lot of faith in him. Now, as far as that goes, why do you think he was so? Why do you think people didn't have him till the third, fourth round? Because
I mean,
I think speed is what I heard about him, but I don't know if there's more than that.
yeah, he was pretty good at Ohio State. He wasn't anything like super special,
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like up there top. I remember some of his stats. He averaged 26.4 yards, only 132 on him. He only had 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
He wasn't like huge guy. He wasn't like up there. He wasn't like well known.
Yeah.
Only 2 forced fumbles. He wasn't like a huge pick. Everyone was like second, third round. He's an average, a little bit above average corner. But we took a chance on him.
No, for sure. But his partner, I think the corner opposite to him went first as far as the defensive backs go, right?
Yeah. What was his name?
Yeah,
I don't follow Ohio State that much.
Yeah. I forgot his name too, but he was the first pick as far as defensive backs go, and then Arnett was opposite side of him. But that tells you that he had supposedly the best cover guy with him. Arnett had he had to cover some stuff too right there with a good defensive team. So
yeah,
I'm thinking for the best. I'm hoping, of course, he kills it. It's just for me when I think of a rookie cornerback, I get scared. I get scared right away because these vets are just want to talk with the rookies.
Yeah, it's so much different college and NFL. You're playing against guys like Michael Thomas, who we're gonna have to come up against. Guys like those kind of guys. We got Jerry Jeudy, guys like those guys. He should be able to cover Jerry Jeudy, but those kind of guys, he's gonna have to come up against DJ Moore. Those type of guys. Those guys are very explosive.
Yep.
Michael Thomas, he's very strong. It's gonna be scary to go against those guys. We have a tough schedule this year, offensive. We play the Buccaneers. He's gonna have to cover Michael Evans. He's gonna have to cover Evans.
That's going to be a nightmare. That's going to be a nightmare, I think. You have Evans. You have Godwin. You have O.J. Howard. You have even Gronkowski, and there's a lot. They have a lot of weapons. And then, of course, you have Brady throwing to them. But it's just it'll be interesting. What do you think our record will be? What if you had to really predict the record, down to the nitty gritty? If you had to think a realistic expectation, what would be your prediction for the record?
I guess at 9-7. I'm posting that tomorrow actually. Our record 9-7. I have us winning against the Panthers. I have us winning against the Patriots, losing to the Chiefs, losing to the Saints. I was on a losing streak because with that youth, it's gonna be hard for us to play against offenses like the Chiefs, offenses like the Saints, offenses like the Bills and the Buccaneers. But I definitely think we can beat teams like the Chargers, like the Jets, like the Broncos, especially with Broncos very sad. They lost. Yeah, he was injured, got injured.
Dude, that broke my heart. I love Von Miller.
Von Miller, yeah. He's a great guy, but that's going to hurt them on defensive end. So we can beat teams like the Broncos. We play the Dolphins, the Colts, the Chargers, the Jets. We can beat teams like that, the Falcons. But we're going to really struggle against – they're going to expose our youngness as teams like the Chiefs and teams like the Buccaneers and them. You feel me? And the Saints. They're going to expose our weaknesses. They all got good quarterbacks, good wide receivers, running backs that can pose threats. It's going to be tough in those games, especially they're all primetime games. So
yeah, very true. And I do appreciate your honesty about it. You know what I mean? You're not just saying, hey, we're going 16-0 and we're going to win the Super Bowl. But, which is great. It's great. Of course, it's fun to say, but I'm a realist too. Do you think 9-7 gets you in the wild card hunt?
Yes, especially with the expanded playoffs.
Okay.
But it's going to be hard for us to get past the first round. We're most likely going to have to play against one of those top teams, probably the Buccaneers or something like that.
Yeah. But now here's the thing. I do hope it would be nice to get past the first round because we haven't had a playoff win in who knows how many years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Early
2000s. 2002 was our last time we made it to the AFC Championship game. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No, for sure, man.
Jerry Rice and them those days.
Yeah. No, definitely. Were you surprised on the Ruggs pick when it happened? Because a lot of people had Jeudy first, or they had
Jeudy and what's his name?
That Dallas kid, that one's that's in Dallas right now. CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah. A lot of had him going. Also Jefferson. A lot of people like Jefferson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I expected us to get CeeDee Lamb because he's a speedster too, got good hands, but I like the Ruggs pick. I know a lot of people thought we were going to get Jeudy and them, but I actually like the Ruggs pick. Speed. I mean, Raiders have a history of going for those type of guys that got hands, speed.
Yeah.
I mean, speed kills, as we know.
Yeah.
I mean, Edwards has speed too. I mean, who's going to cover? I don't know any corners that can cover him like that. I mean, we're probably coming up against Eli Apple this week, possibly.
Oh,
he should burn Eli.
Oh, he's going to feast on him, hopefully.
Yeah, They play Carolina plays a 4-3,
Hmm.
so they'll probably come up against someone like that.
Yeah.
Burris probably, Carter, someone like that. Those guys cannot. They won't be able to cover him.
Yeah. And when I was actually very happy when they picked him because me and my nephew, who's also a huge Raider fan, he's about your age too. He was we talked about Ruggs, we talked about Judy, we talked about Lamb, and that was the big debate. But what I saw in Ruggs, because I don't watch a lot of college ball, I saw a lot of highlights and just the analysts talking about it.
Yeah.
He reminded me a lot of Tyreek Hill, and I mean,
Oh yeah.
dude, and I'm
Taller
like,
than him.
oh, if we can have like even a smaller version of Tyreek Hill, I'd be happy as fuck because
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill's a game breaker. He's a game breaker. You know what I mean? And if Ruggs can become Ruggs was a game breaker in college too. If he can do that in the NFL. I mean, Carr Hill. It'll just ooze confidence and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I he's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think he's got more size than Tyreek. He can go up for those balls better than Tyreek. So he can also play the wide receiver too.
Yeah.
Edwards will probably play out wide receiver 1. He can play slot. They had him earlier in the year, like August 4th. Our offensive coordinator had him playing slot. They wanted him to play slot, but ultimately it went to Renfro, of course, because he's majority slot guy. He's like Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
Small
Yeah.
wide receivers like to play slot. Smaller wide receivers, Edelman, those type of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think Ruggs would murder in the slot. I think he would
Oh
destroy in
yeah.
the slot. That's the only thing. But
Speedsters in slot. Small
yeah,
speedsters. He's 5'10", I think.
yeah,
Yeah, he would kill in slot.
yeah, he would destroy. But we'll see. I am very excited just to watch football again. And just to see how we
Same.
do. I love John Gruden. I hope I hope he just turns the ship around because us as Raider fans we're very loyal. We want to see a winning product, and I think we're tired of losing, of course. Especially seeing the 49ers do good, it makes us very jealous. So
That's true.
yeah, and
But we made some good coaching moves, yeah.
no, for sure, man, for sure. And going back to Carr real quick, do you think this is his make it or break it year? Do you think this is it for him? He either does it or he's out.
Ooh, yeah. As I want to say, it could definitely be, but we don't have many backups. Peterman, obviously, people like to call him the GOAT, but if we actually talk about Peterman, he's not that good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to say it, but like he's decent, but like what's the market looking like next year for quarterbacks? Because all the good guys, I think, signed long-term deals.
Yeah,
Mahomes, of
yeah,
course,
and
Breeze,
unfortunately,
Brady.
now if the worst case scenario, let's say we lose the first 4 games, right? Let's just pretend that happened. I don't want it to happen. Let's pretend though it happened. If we lost the first 4 games, Carr plays like shit, and we all look bad, I would be down to tank to get Trevor Lawrence because that kid looks
You like
he's
Trevor Lawrence?
I love Trevor Lawrence. I love him.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him. I really hope he can end up on our team if Carr ends up not producing. But I have a theory of mine that I honestly think the Patriots are going to tank this year. I think he's going to be the Patriots quarterback next year.
You think that? Okay, I don't think they'll take. I think they'll go 9-7 like us. I think Cam Newton's a good quarterback. People sleep on Cam Newton still. He's a good quarterback. He's looked good in camp, but I feel like this year if we lose our games, it's because of defense. Because we play our first 6 games are so tough. Our first game we should be able to win, but those next couple games, they're gonna be tough.
Yeah,
It's gonna be tough to win.
They will be. But what are your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence? Are you not that high on him?
I'm not like super hyped on him. I mean, I think he can be good. Like Clemson has a history of having good, Deshaun Watson, good quarterbacks. I mean, I like Trevor Lawrence, but I just this year will make or break my opinion on him.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's just the thing is I feel like we're not giving Carr a whole lot of competition, and I don't want him to get comfortable either. Because, like you said, Peterman's not the best quarterback in the world, so I don't think Carr's really sweating too much. Probably not, especially now that Mariota got hurt. He's probably thinking, okay, so Peterman's gonna back me up. I'll be the starter all year. I don't even worry about shit.
Yeah, Carr's got a lockdown. Hey, who else we should get possibly? Justin Fields, Sam Ellinger. Those are 2 also guys that – I mean, just OSU is kind of iffy on quarterbacks. They haven't had a good history of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would – don't sleep on Sam Ellinger. I would like that pick too. I like him. especially with his deep ball.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a lot of deep. There's gonna be a lot of deep balls this year. I feel like Edwards, Ruggs, Waller. Waller's improved his speed. I mean, Waller, he's more physical this year. But we got our deep ball. We can go deep with our speedy receivers.
We need to, and I think honestly, bro, I think we'll go as far as Carr takes us. That's what happened in 2016. He was a gunslinger. Our defense was horrible, but we were outscoring everybody. And that's what. And I hope we can have that because Carr's still fairly young. He's 29, I think. Would be his prime right now. He's got a big arm. He's getting thicker even. It's just. I really hope he can do it. It'd be great because it'd be a redemption story. He has weapons right now. It would be sucky as a fan to have to start all over again and start all over again. And then that would be like a whole other 3-year project or 4-year.
That's true.
Who knows?
We have the most loyal fan base. We deserve this. We deserve to have. We're gonna be good in the future. If Carr can play good, our offense should be good. We can get next year. We're definitely if Carr does well next year. We're definitely drafting corners first, safeties and corners. First. But it's ultimately for offense. I don't think it comes down to Carr as much. It comes down to how healthy our offensive line can stay.
Yeah.
Like they're already getting injured. The season hasn't started.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of faith in the offensive line. There are a lot of maulers and there's dogs on that. I mean, Jacobs is going to perform. He performed last year. And I do think we have pieces. It's just, to me, I think it's gonna make or break with Derek, and I hope it just happens.
Yeah.
I hope he just kills it because if he
should have time this year. Yeah.
If he's all systems go, if he's where he was in 2016 or even better, there's no reason we can't be a top 10 offense.
Yeah, 10-6, 11-5. If Carr can be good, if this defense can play decent, even just decent, we can, and the offense is just slinging.
Yep.
Like, that's what happens with the Saints and the Chiefs. Their defense was, middle of the pack. I mean, Saints' defense was pretty good on the defensive line, but, teams like those, they weren't, like, top 10 defenses, on corners. They just slung. Chiefs, the Rams even, that year they went to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Rams, remember, they put up 40. Wasn't it like 50 or 40? Their defenses were getting absolutely mauled, but their offenses were able to keep up with the other team. I feel like that's the type of team we'll have these next couple of years.
That would be awesome.
We have a young defense.
Yeah, that would be super awesome. That would be super awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm excited for tomorrow's game. Even I'm very excited for football. But of course, I'm like on the night before the Raider game, I can't sleep. I just want to see him already. I want to see him play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
But hey, man, you know what? Do you have anything you want to say? I know I've kept you on for a long time already.
Hey, go follow Raiders Daily, of course. #1 Raiders fan page on IG.
Number one on IG. You heard it. Raiders fans, go follow them. They're kids and they're barely scratching the surface. We're trying to follow in their footsteps, of course. But hey, man, it was a pleasure having you, dude. Love all your insight.
Pleasure being out here.
Love all your insight and all your honesty too. Maybe we'll talk again. Again, bro, appreciate it. Very excited for Raider football. You guys are killing it, bro. You guys are killing it.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Maybe next week we can talk about week 1, how it went.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. Hey, you have a good rest of your night, man.
You too, man.
Later, brother.